Give us a question. Can you stay categorical? You are fake news. Sir, go ahead. Can you
2 cents. Hello to my blue friends. Get another spinning and they call it revolution. Loose lips. Fatter than a new tisk. Glass nigga think it's ruthless. Deuces. 2 cents.
What's good, guys? Hope you're all doing good. How's everyone doing tonight? What's up, Hornet? Section 15, Hank, Gary, what's up, guys? So, I didn't plan on going live here today at all. But some things have happened since, I don't know who was here during Lavender Mexican stream. But if you were here during Lavender Mexican stream from earlier tonight, you would have heard myself and Chief had a differing opinion on, not even a differing opinion, I guess. At least not that I even thought about. We were talking about the kid that ended up getting shot by the lady officer who mistaked her taser for her gun. By the way, hey Hank. And so he made a video, and I went in and I was in a comment section, and some other people went in his comment section and were telling him, he's wrong on this. He was saying that I don't support cops. He was saying that he thought I was a cop hater. There's so many things. And then if you didn't know me and you watch his video, you would think that I support people that call cops Nazis, and that I was also supported Antifa and just all this crazy stuff. I didn't plan on doing a video on it, but he just released a second video, kind of doubling down on what he was saying. But he keeps refusing I like Kenny. If somebody you like, you take this, you don't put that out public like that, right? You would go behind the scenes and all that. And I thought this was all squash because he apologized and we kind of said, we have different things. That's why I thought it was done and over with. Apparently it's been eating at his craw and all that goes. Well, here's Chief. Hey Chief, glad you joined us, buddy.
Kenny, how's it going?
Now here's the thing, Chief. I don't appreciate you telling me we're cool and then going out there and doing this and pretty much bad-mouthing me on your channel. Now, for anybody that doesn't know me, they're going to think that I support Antifa and and I call cops Nazis. I don't support cops. And that's the furthest from the truth, right? Maybe you don't believe it anymore, but I know everyone on this channel thinks so.
I never said you were anti-cop.
Yeah, you did. In your comment section, actually, let me put it right. You said you don't know if I was anti-cop or not. You're right. You didn't say you were, but you didn't know, you said. I checked that.
Well, when the discussion we had earlier made me question that.
Because I have an issue with a cop, you being okay with a cop getting off of.
Never, no. I never said Chief, I never said the cop was right. I never said the cop was right.
Chief,
I told
listen, in my videos,
I said she was not right. She made a mistake. That doesn't make her a bad cop.
You also, in your video, said that if something does happen to her, that she would be railroaded. Now, anyone that knows something that has to be railroaded, that means something bad happened to them. So you would think if she's prosecuted, she's being railroaded, because she did make a mistake. We can agree upon that, correct?
Yeah, I agree that she did.
So then how is she railroaded then? How will she be railroaded if she's convicted?
Well, we don't know yet. We have to see what the prosecution comes up with. If she made an honest mistake, then should she actually go to prison for the rest of her life for making a fucking honest mistake?
She's not going to go to prison for the rest of her life. If you looked at the charges, it's second-degree manslaughter. I think that's appropriate, don't you? They're not trying to get her for first degree.
I know, because she had no premeditation, but I don't think.
Exactly.
I understand she made a mistake. Okay?
And you don't think she should have to pay for that?
What?
Should she have to pay for it?
Yeah, to a certain degree, but that doesn't make her a bad cop. That doesn't make a cop bad cops just because
and I never said she was a bad cop. and I never said she was a bad cop. Again, you were putting words into my mouth. I never said she was a bad cop. I agree with you. It was a mistake. It was a horrible mistake, but it was a mistake nonetheless. You put words in my mouth and said that I thought she was a bad cop. Anyone who watches your videos are going to think that, and that's not true. And you know that. You see what your videos are doing? They're painting me in this picture that I'm doing something, I'm so against cops, and I just want to see all cops burn by your statements in your video.
Yeah, but who gives a shit about my channel? I don't even have that many subs. What are you worried about?
So you don't care that you're putting false narratives about me is what you're saying?
I'm not putting out. Okay, listen.
No, you are though.
I never came out directly and called you anything derogatory. Okay, I just didn't agree with your point of view, and you and I got into it over a point of view. It's not that I don't like you. It's not that I don't think you're a good person or you don't have the right argument. I think you have the right argument. I never disagreed with you on that. The cop made a mistake, but that doesn't make the whole fucking police system corrupt or bad.
When did I say that? I never fucking said it. Again, you're putting fucking words in my motherfucking mouth. Stop it. I never fucking said that. Go show me in the tape where I said that shit, please. Because you won't fucking find it. It doesn't exist. Nothing to say?
Well, I wasn't putting words in your mouth. I just thought, I would let you finish.
So you weren't putting words in my mouth. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. What? See, we're going to go on like this all night if this is going to continue. We're going to go on.
This is it. This is it. You're coming on here, and this is all I'm going to say on it. I just wanted to, because there's some people that are on your channel that watch us both, and they're just getting your side of the story. I want them to be able to get both sides of the story.
That's why I came on.
And you're admitting that you don't know if I said all cops are bad, but you're putting it out there on your channel like I did. How is that accurate whatsoever? How is that not putting words in my mouth? What would you call that?
You have to understand how words are perceived by other people that you say.
It's the way that you said them. Do you listen to what you record? You make Kenny sound like a horrible person.
Horrible.
That's not true.
It is true. Go back and you listen to what you said. You made him look really, really bad.
Okay, well, I disagreed with him on a certain point of view, and I went off on a tangent.
And that's fine. You can disagree, but don't sit there and say that he doesn't support the police.
I didn't say he doesn't support the police. I didn't say that.
Well, you know what? Your opinion doesn't matter to me because you're not me. Just like his opinion doesn't matter to you because he's never been an officer. Hank's opinion doesn't matter to you because you've never been a dog.
I like that. I'm sorry, that was funny though. No, Chief. Now, Chief, here's the thing, Chief. All right, look, I'm not trying to attack you on here, but I just want to get some shit straight here with you. Now, I want you to go on record right now. Did I or did I not say that she was a bad cop?
No.
So then why did you say it in your video?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You said those exact words. He thinks that they're bad cops. All these people think that they're bad cops. I wasn't exactly referencing the one lady officer. I was just kind of making a generalization. And that's the problem with that. And Chief, that's the biggest problem you have. Whenever you hear someone denounce a cop, say it's something bad, you take that shit personal. I get it. You were a cop. Okay, but I understand. But in this instance, I'm not taking that shit. I usually, you know me, Chief, we've had arguments about the LAPD where I told you they're corrupt. You're like, no, they're not corrupt. And then we end up letting you know and showing you, yes, they are corrupt. And you eventually came down to that. I don't have the patience for that right now. And it's not my job. You're fucking older than me. I shouldn't have to explain this shit to you, especially since you being a chief of police. Okay? So I would like an apology for letting your people know. You don't got to make a video about it. You can just do it right here and now, and we'll be done with it for all the shit you're saying. If not, you don't have to. No one's making you do anything, but it would go a long way. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, dude.
Okay.
That was some bullshit. Utter bullshit. I was one of your first supporters, right? I backed
Yes,
the blue.
you
What video of mine can you point out that I've ever badmouthed the police unless they're doing something wrong? Give me one.
I can't think of one.
So then why would you insinuate that I did and let people think that? And do you really believe that if you're not a cop, you shouldn't have an opinion on what cops do? If that's the case, then
That's something that
okay.
I do believe in.
Okay, so then if you have a mayor in your city that has not been a cop, that mayor can't tell any officer what to do, including you when you were an officer. That's how you feel. Because if they weren't a cop, their opinion doesn't matter, even though they are the mayor, correct?
Well, yeah, okay, officially, yeah, their opinion matters because they're the mayor. That's the,
well, no, we can't have it, but we can't have it both.
Hold on. That's
Sorry,
the head politician. That's the head politician for the village, you know. And if the mayor says it, that's going to be it. Doesn't matter what the chief of police wants. You know, the chief of police is an administrative position that has to float between the troops and the politicians. Okay, it's kind of a diplomatic position. I had to walk both lines, both with the city council and with my officers, and not always do those two sides always agree.
Right. Okay, I get you on that one. No, but again, so look, here's the thing. You don't disagree with me. You never tell me my opinion doesn't matter when I praise cops. Why then are you having an issue when I have an issue? I don't even have an issue with this cop. I don't think she's a bad cop. I think she made a mistake. My issues was with you and Monty who were in chat that were trying to find a way to defend this cop. Even you in your comment section admitted you don't like to talk bad about cops, even if they did something wrong. That's a problem.
It may be a problem, but I'm retired. I'm allowed to have my opinion.
So am I.
But
you're not a cop anymore.
I know, and my position doesn't matter. So it's like, you know, I'm not even in the administration anymore. So why is it so important what I say?
Because you're putting stuff out there on me. If you were talking about anyone else, I wouldn't care. You're talking about me, and you're spreading falsehoods about me. That's the problem. It's personal.
Someone who's your friend.
Yeah, I thought you were a friend. A friend doesn't.
I am your friend. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Hold on. Okay, hold on, Kenny. Calm down. I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna make a video. Just hang on.
No, dude, it's not about making a video. You don't need to. Wow. Anyway, whatever. It's not about making a video. I just didn't stand what the fuck was going on. All right, guys. So I'm just going to read you some of the. I'm going to show you guys part of the comments. Some of the comments we had, and me and Chief were talking because he, Eyes On, who was in chat, made a comment to Chief. I commented on him, and then Chief responded to me through there. I never made a comment directly towards him because I didn't feel the need to. I felt anybody that was making comments on his video that I felt deserved an explanation from me got one. Eyes On was one of those people. Carl was one of those people. Sandra Holmes was one of those people. There's a few people that I decided to comment on. Oh, goddamn. Why isn't it showing up now? Oh, because it's not there. That makes sense. You didn't open up the tab, Kitty. Sorry, guys. I'm just a little flustered because it's like, dude. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't release a video as a content creator before you've had a chance to think things through. He did it. All right, here we go. Got it. So where is it? Oh, that's right. I have to move first. You guys, everyone heard him, right? He doesn't. I never said that was a bad cop. Everyone heard that, right? I know I heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doubled down on it. The thing. All right, hold on. Let's do this real quick. I'm sorry, guys. I honestly really didn't mean to do this. All right, so here we go. Let's do this real quick. I'm sorry, I'm not really paying attention to chat, guys. I need to share it. Okay, here we go. So he made an appearance, and I said, "Hey, Azan, so Chief is wrong. I think that the video that has been given that it appears she is wrong. However, as seen in this video, Chief does not think she should be prosecuted, or does he? He alluded to both in his video. So that's what I said. That's a fair statement from if anybody who's seen the video, he alludes to both. So then Izon responded, I'm not passing judgment, blah, blah, blah. But the Chief, no, hold on. I think he
There's a read more, yeah. Holy Jesus.
he deleted all his comments. That fucker deleted his comments.
Are the ones to
Well,
Tuttle gone
Izon is
too?
confusing what Chief was saying and what I was saying.
Oh, hold on. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't Izon. I take that back. I think it was under Sandra Holmes. That's why. It's under Sandra Holmes. My bad. My bad. I take that back. He didn't release it. I mean, he didn't delete it. That's right. It was under, yeah, here we go. All right, so here we go. Say, hey, Sandra, I agree with the accident and she was wrong. However, if you watch this video, you would think I'm a cop hater. However, I see you on my channel, so I know you don't think that. The Chief says, well, how are we going to solve this? You sure seem like a cop hater today. I don't know about you, but that sounds like he's calling me a cop hater there. Does anyone else see something different there?
Nope.
But if you don't want to interact with me, I understand. I said, your video portrayed me as Antifa, that I hate all cops, and all who watch me know this is full of shit. You're trying to defend this lady cop by saying if she is convicted, she has been railroaded, WTF, make up your mind. Anytime I have a bad thing to say about a cop, you rage. But if I say something nice, you're okay with it. Make up your mind. Stop blindly following police. That's what you can do. And that's what I said to him. Then he says, Kenny, you're going to have to understand that veteran cops like me will never talk bad about another cop. Never. No matter what they do. Never. That I have a problem with. We just won't do it. The cop made a mistake. True. We both agree that. That doesn't make her a bad cop. Again, I've never called her a bad cop. You'll never find me saying that she was a bad cop in this instance. It's just a fucking mistake. However, if you and the folks are going to come after me over this, fine. We can do that as well. See, now he's thinking people are attacking him. And no one's attacking him. They're just voicing their opinions. Again, an opinion is an attack to him.
We're not allowed to have opinions.
Then I said, and I never said she was a bad cop, did I? You're making this video telling falsehoods about me. During the stream, you said it was squashed. Then you made this. Again, make up your mind. I back the blue, but not the bad blue. Again, not saying she's bad. It was an accident, but an accident that must have a price paid. And here we go. I don't know if you're a cop hater or not, but I'm sure getting mad about people fucking with the cops. Sure, it was a mistake. I fucking get that. But the way you sounded pissed me off. I'm not a patient man, and when I perceive a threat, I attack that threat. And then I put up that, and that's part of the problem. You assume a negative comment on the cop is an attack on cops. Take a step back and think. Also, if you don't know I'm not a cop hater, then that's your problem, not mine. Me know I'm not, as you can see by the response you're getting, right? And he never responded to that. So there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and put this link up in case anyone wants to come on up. No, exactly, and it pissed me off about that. If he would have just had, if we would have had, we've had our opinion, and it would have been squashed. But he wanted to make a video, and then he wants to make a video because I'm, calling him out on the bullshit he's saying about me in another video, and double down on that bullshit. But then throw in, but I like Kenny. Really? Doesn't work like that.
I didn't realize he'd made another video.
Me neither, until Hank told me. I'm like, oh shit, he made another video. So yeah, thanks for subbing. So yeah, so I don't know if anyone's seen the video. I'm not going to play it because it'll piss me off again, and I'd rather not. But yeah. Robert, we were having a discussion on this on Lavender Mexican stream earlier today, this afternoon, I should say. And we had I don't even know if we had a disagreement. We didn't. We both thought that the cop was wrong. But I think where the issue came in was when he was trying to talk about training. Yeah, he was talking about, well, the training of the cop. We don't know what their training was. And it's like, well, no, that's not an excuse. That actually makes it look worse. If she was trained to pick a gun instead of a taser, that's a department-wide problem. That's a completely different problem that needs to be addressed. anything that comes from this is not going to help her in any way. She's messed up. She's messed up. She's done. Unfortunately, she made a mistake.
I mean, you and I weren't in complete agreement on the subject, but
yeah,
I don't think any less of you because you had a different opinion.
Exactly. It's okay. Noli D and I don't always have the same opinion. Gregory Lawler and me don't have the same. No, a lot of people don't have the same opinion as me, but it doesn't mean they have to go and make a video and make all these falsehoods about me, and put all this fucking, it upset me. And this is coming from somebody that I thought was a friend. That's what hurts the most.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for him when he first started. I hooked him up. I tried to. Of course, I didn't get him that many subs. I don't think I had that many subs at the time. But, I did what I could. And he's always comes up on panel. We always thought we don't always agree on the same thing all the time. Because, you can't agree with everybody on everything. It's just never going to happen. But, it's just it really upset me. And then I wasn't going to do it until I saw that second video. Then I said, I got to go live about this because everyone needs to get my side of it.
The statement that because you don't have a law enforcement background, your opinion doesn't matter really pisses me off.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like saying, someone doesn't like your dog's haircut. Well, you're not a dog groomer, so your opinion doesn't matter.
Yep.
I mean, it's that simple. Go ahead, Hank. I'm sorry.
What's wrong with my dog's haircut?
Nothing. I'm not a dog groomer. I'm not a dog groomer, so I can't, comment.
I thought that was you.
Well, it is, but what's wrong with my haircut?
You have a great haircut.
Thank you. Can I have a belly rub?
Not on camera.
Aw. No red rocket, just a belly rub.
Oh, agreed. And unfortunately, Rebellion, with this issue is there are good cops out there, and most of them are good cops. But because that doesn't make sense in dollars, you're not going to see the media talk about that. You're just not going to see it unless you go on, because I'll take that back. There's a lot of conservative media out there that will talk about good cops. You won't see CNN, NBC talk about a good cop unless there's something else to it. Oh, this cop got an accommodation because he was just the awesomest person in the world. You'll never see a story like that in CNN. You'll see it on Fox. You'll see it on conservative media. But the same goes for the opposite. When there's a bad cop, CNN will cover the shit out of it and they'll make it into something it's not. But then conservative media won't talk about the cop being bad. They'll talk about how the NBC and MNC are wrong. So no one's really talking. I mean, it's just there's wrong on both on both sides with both agendas.
Well, my problem with the way the media presents it is they present it as it's stone cold facts that are not going to be able to be disputed when the investigation has barely begun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree, and that's another thing. Like with the whole, this brings me back to last summer, I believe. Right after it happened with what's his face, there was that one incident that happened outside of Wendy's. The dude, they stopped him. He ended up wrestling with the cops. Tried to go for the cop's taser, and ran off. Oh yeah, he did, and he ran off.
He shot it.
Looks like he was turning around and shooting it at him, and the cop shot them, and everyone's all up in arms. They ended up burning down that Wendy's. That had nothing to do with it, by the way. They just burned that shit down just because they were pissed off and they had to do something ridiculous. Oh, and it comes to find, and then when it comes to find out, the dude tried to shoot them with a taser. But cops can't do that apparently, right? They can't defend themselves when something's pointed at them. People have an issue with that. That's how stupid some people are.
And again, until an investigation's done, it looks like it's probably going to be a justified shoot. But until an investigation's done, I'm not gonna say it either way.
What do you mean justified shoot? Oh, you're talking about the Wendy's one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. I think it was too. And there's a lot of people that are saying, yeah, it was justified, but maybe they didn't have to shoot to kill.
Yeah.
I have
I have my opinion on it, but my opinion doesn't mean shit, especially until the facts are out and available. That way, my opinion can weigh on fact instead of just pieces of fact.
Absolutely. The media has become judge, jury, and executioner. Absolutely. You're spot on, Izon. That is spied. That's spot on. And it's not how it's supposed to work, but it's unfortunately how it has turned out.
Yeah, I mean,
People don't care about facts anymore. People don't care about facts. That's
and
why
with
I
her
think
going, her thinking she had her taser and she had her pistol, especially I was thinking we're talking about a rookie cop, but
no,
apparently she is on the
veteran.
force for like 20 years.
Yeah, she was a
Oh my
veteran.
gosh.
She was a veteran. She's just coming off desk duty.
But why was she on desk duty? Has that been
I don't
said
know.
yet?
I don't know yet. I don't think we know yet.
Because the department, the whether she's going to be facing charges or not, the department, the investigation needs to be complete to see how complicit the department is on it.
So it wasn't 20, it was 26 years. Regardless, 20 or 26 years. She was on there for a long time. The real question is she was on desk duty. We don't know. And also, I guess another thing is because honestly, I think if it's a department problem, then they need to have something. I really hope it wasn't, and it's not a
Yeah,
departmental problem. I'm hoping it's just an individual mistake. She fucked up. She was tired, or whatever her reasoning is. Regardless of her reasoning, she needs to pay for it because someone else paid for their
and
life for her mistake.
how long has she been on desk duty? And what kind of training did she get before she got that taser? Because tasers haven't been issued that long, and she's been on desk duty for a few years for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Um, did she get the proper training before she got issued that taser? Or did they just think, okay, we got a 20 some odd year veteran cop, here's your
Mm-hmm.
taser?
And
And
there's a
here's
weight difference. You would think that she would notice the weight difference.
The pistol grips on a taser do not feel anything like any other firearm I've ever held. None of the tasers I've held feel the same. I think they do that intentionally because they want you to be able to tell the difference between which one you have without having to.
Okay.
Mhm. And another thing that I think people oh shit, I just had it. What was I gonna fucking say? I think I forgot now. God damn it. It was oh shit, I'm sorry. I really fucking forgot. Oh, what was it related to?
Oh, Denise says she was also a training officer.
Oh, that's sad.
But how long ago was she a training officer? If 20 something year career, she could have been a training officer 15 years ago.
That's
True.
true.
That's
I
a good
can't
point.
wait to hear all the details. That's for
Yeah, it'll be
sure.
interesting to see what
I mean,
happens,
the more
and
information you get, the more questions I have.
yeah,
Funny how
absolutely.
that works with an investigation.
Yep. No, agreed. And again, I don't I think from what she made a horrible mistake and she's going to end up paying for that. No, I guess it depends on the investigation will let us know how long she gets, but I don't think that even the department right now is going to give her a slap on the hand. They honestly they almost don't have a choice not to at this point. Um, and then with the whole thing, what happened with the city manager? I don't know if you guys have heard about this. The city manager ended up getting fired because he wanted her to have due process. The mayor didn't want that. The mayor just wanted her hung and executed right then and there. Completely fired.
And there might be
That's a
civil
First
repercussions
Amendment.
because of
That's a
that.
First Amendment violation. He can sue the shit out of the city, and he would win. Or they try to fucking, of course, they try to settle it out of court to keep it out of
Well,
the media and shit.
just like when you're in the military, some civil positions have some limit to your First Amendment rights. Um,
Yeah, no,
it depends on how he was making the statements. If it sounded like he was making the statements for the city
well, they were asking
on an
what's going
official
to happen.
capacity, then
She
I
was he
haven't
was
heard this. I haven't heard the full statements. Just playing devil's advocate.
I got you. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I agree with you, but the dude was fired because all he did was the media was asked, excuse me, are they going to fire her? What are they going to do about her? And he said, well, she has due process. So we're going to, allow this to play out. And then what comes of it comes of it.
Yeah,
And they didn't like that answer. So
it's
out,
it's
out he
it's
is. And now the deputy city manager is in charge.
yeah, and it does sound like he overstepped his bounds, or not overstepped his bounds. It sounds like it's it sounds like um the the mayor overreacted in firing him,
Absolutely.
but there could have been. Did he make statements that he wasn't allowed to make in his position? That might have been
Okay,
statements that were supposed to be left up to a PAO, so it doesn't matter what.
okay, I can get what you're saying, but from what he said, I mean, all he did was answer a basic question, right? Was what happens? Well, due process.
Yeah,
How I don't
but
understand why that would be over. I mean, I don't understand how that would be overstepping your bounds in any
well,
position.
in the military, if you were to talk to the press without the PAO without the PAO's permission, you could face UCMJ. City positions have similar repercussions for talking to the press when it's not their position to do so, because they're making statements that does not just reflect upon themselves, it reflects upon the whole administration. I'm just saying that might be playing into it.
Okay, I kind of get what you're saying, but I don't
It do,
see it. But
I'm
so what if we
agreeing that
said, you know?
it smells hinky as hell, but
I hear what you're saying, Hank. I do. I hear what you're
we're
saying, and
getting the piece of the information the media wants to put out.
yeah, absolutely, Isaac. Yeah, I think she still deserves to have them all look at it and to find out what happened. Because I mean, if this is a bigger issue than we originally thought, then I think it needs to come to light. And you know what? It, I think that a full investigation will be uncovered. I honestly hope it's not a bigger issue. I really hope this is just a singular event. She fucked up, and that's it. I think that would be better for policing in general as a whole than to find out that she wasn't completely to blame for this. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I really hope that's the case. Oh, look, Cameras is here.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly, Izon. I hope it's Izon. I know usually it is, but
can you
I
throw the
really
link back
honestly
out?
hope.
Chief wants
Yeah,
it back up.
yeah. I honestly hope in this position it's not because I mean, and I also heard that Minneapolis, the city where this not Minneapolis, I'm sorry, Minnesota, where this happened, didn't they defund the police like not too long ago after what happened?
Yeah,
They
and
they
that
did,
could be
and
playing a
that's
major
yeah.
role in what happened.
She wouldn't be on desk. She would still be on desk duty, I think, if that shit wouldn't have happened. Unfortunately, it's just I just really hope it doesn't. Some bigger issue. I really pray it doesn't because the policing in general in this day and age cannot stand another blow like that. But
Mhm.
then it could be for the better. It could be the wake up that everyone needs to get
It could
something
be the
done.
rally point to get the end of the
Yeah,
defund the police movement.
it could because they'll see exactly what they're getting when they do it. Welcome back, Chief.
Hey Kenny, I don't know if you can, but play my latest video on your channel if you could play it for everybody.
Okay. Oh shit. Oh, you know what I keep forgetting to do? I keep forgetting to open up the page and try to share it. Rookie. Oh, I blame Kimber. It's all Kimber's fault. Are you there, Kimber?
Do you have the video?
Yeah, I have it here.
Okay.
Are you there, Kimber? Oh, Kimber's busy.
Did Kimber pass out on you?
I don't know. She's being real quiet. All right, here we go.
Hey everybody, Chief Tuttle, Country Copter. This is a supplemental video. This is the fourth video I've uploaded today. Kenny Klein and I have been going back and forth over this one issue. And I was on his live stream just a second ago. And he brought up straight, solid facts. So I had to really think in my mind about what I was about. You know, I never meant to hurt Kenny Klein. I like Kenny. I do. I don't always agree with him at times, but we always got, we always go back and forth, civilly debating. He's a way better debater than I am. And then I let myself get out of hand. I did. I kind of let the cop in me come out without the adult in me come out. I said some things. I said some things that weren't true. I said he supports Antifa, he's anti-cop, that kind of shit. And that's not true. That's not true. Now, I could have sat and fucking argued with him all night because I'm retired. I don't have to get up in the morning. I can sit and argue all night. But there's no point in it. He was right. I was wrong. I said some things. I insinuated some things that he perceived as, bad. It is what it is. So I'm gonna have to eat humble pie. I'm gonna have to eat humble pie this time. Kenny, you were right. I was wrong because I did look through the videos and you were right. So sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to just eat your own fucking hat and just show up to the party and smile because you're wrong and everybody knows you're wrong. So, and it's not that I give a shit about the watchdog community. I don't care about getting thrown out of this community. What I care about is insulting a person who didn't fucking earn that insult. And Kenny, he didn't deserve the insults that I gave him. So again, humbly, Kenny, I apologize. So you can take it as you want, take it or leave it. But you were right, I was wrong. This is Chief Tuttle, Country Cop.
All right, so Chief, you didn't even have to do that. I thank you for manning up and doing that.
Hey, Kenny, sorry to interrupt, but think cameras needs to be addressed.
Well, what's he doing? Let me see it.
His 10:44 p.m. comment.
They never heard of you. I can't answer that. Only Chief can answer that one. Chief, Cameras is saying has a question for you.
Okay, what's the question?
Chief Tuttle, why do you pretend to be on the reserves? I called your local PD. They never heard of you.
He called. I never worked for the local PD.
And that question is from Cameras of Ass Destruction. So
Yeah, so it means nothing.
I used to be I was on the sheriff's department here in the local jurisdiction where I live, but when I was chief of police, it was not in this jurisdiction. So, I mean, he can call the local guys he wants. It's only going to come up with nothing.
Yeah. Again, it's coming from Cameras. He looks up for anything. He wants to start drama. Here's the thing, Chief. you never had to make a video. If you would have just came on here and say, you know what, Kenny, I understand what you're saying. You're right. And apologize here. We could have dropped it and it could have been squashed right then and there. I personally didn't understand why it had to come to this. I thought we had an understanding when we left the Lavender's chat that it was over and done with. It surprised the hell out of me to learn that you made the video. Surprised the shit out of me. I thought it was over and done with from the get go. Didn't think it was an issue. So,
Well,
but
that's why I made the video. I wanted it to go public. I wanted to just totally apologize, and I wanted everybody to hear it. I didn't want it to just be between you and me, because I treated you like shit, dude, and I shouldn't have. And I like I said, I really humbly apologized, and I wanted everybody to see it. I didn't just want it to just between you and me.
And here's the thing, Chief. You know, we're gonna have differing opinions on things because, again, you were a cop and I wasn't. So there are things about the job that I'm gonna come to you and ask about if I need to know about things. And I look at things from not just a civilian eye, but I look at things from a fair eye. I'll give the cops a good shake, and to my detriment to some, I will give even some auditors a good shake. I know a lot of people don't like that about me, but it's just me. Sorry, guys. So you know that about me, and that's not going to change. I'm still going to give you a fair shake, just like I'm going to give Hank a fair shake, just like I'm going to give Kimber a fair shake. I don't ever try to tell anybody what they can and what they can't do. This channel is all about open dialogue, and some people don't like open dialogue. Some people like their echo chambers. I'm not one of those people. And if you like an echo chamber, I'm sorry, you're not going to find that here. Unfortunately, you're just not going to. But yeah, I mean, it's we're good now. I mean, if you would have made a video just came in and said, you know what, right about certain things, it would have been good. But I do think that that's great. Manned up and did that. It's a big man to do something like that, because, like you in the video said, you could have kept going, but you knew that wasn't the right thing to do, and that's awesome. Thank you, Chief.
Well, it's because I respect you so much. I mean, a lot of other people, I wouldn't even have bothered, but you and I've known you for quite a long time. I mean, I was I think one of your original subscribers. I don't know how far back that goes, but and you've always supported my channel. So I wanted to put that up publicly just so everybody could see it. And Chief was wrong. Kenny was right.
All right, Izron, have a good one, dude. What did he get upset?
It was a very nice video, Chief. Thank you for doing that for him.
Yeah, I had to do it, because when I finally went through the videos of all the, when I was ranting and raving, I was like, oh my God, yeah, oh geez, when how you look back 2020, it's like God, why the hell did I say that? What the hell was wrong with me?
Yeah, and that's the thing, Chief. And I know you're very passionate about the police, and you want to defend them at every given turn. But you got to remember, just because someone says the police did something wrong here, it doesn't necessarily mean they're a cop hater. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're wrong either. It's their opinion. They're entitled to it, and you just have to, you can either make your opinion, but don't make a rash judgment that they hate cops. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
This is all there is to that. All right. Cameras, we don't like that's like an accusation there. Let's not throw out accusations that we can't prove. That's just not cool. Don't do that. That's your warning. Thank you. Mods, he has been warned. If he does it again,
sick him.
I've never heard Chief make any claims of being a reserve officer. Got to say he hasn't.
Yeah. But look where it's coming from.
I know.
I do have a reserve commission, but it's like, I'm retired. So, like, if there was like a really, really big deal, like a major catastrophe or some kind of big, huge scenario that went on, I would never get called up. I'm on my pension. But if the local agencies around the area, if they need help, yeah, we can get called up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? God damn it, Becca, get up here. I need to hear that snort. Come on, hurry up. You're on Masswell's panel.
Come cheer
up here.
everybody up and snort for them.
Yeah, come snort and cheer everyone up. I don't know if you haven't heard. Yeah, you were up there. You were on Masswell's today with her. You heard her snort. What did you think of her snort, Chief? Becca's.
Snort.
I know it's a snort. What did you think of her snort? And where were you just a little bit ago, Kimber? You all left and we were trying to talk to you and you were gone.
Oh.
What's up with that?
StreamYard freezes on my phone for some reason.
Oh, it's because you have Apple. It says you have Apple.
No, remember I made the big switch.
Oh, that's right.
Android.
Sure, you did. That's right. Cat still had Apple. Becca, what's up?
What's that? The fuck is nerds?
I know. I meant snorts. I meant. That's right. Cat still had Apple. Becca, turn down the stream. There you go. Thank you. Nope, you didn't.
Oh.
Greg, turn down the stream. That's right. Cat still had Apple. Becca, Greg, turn down the stream.
Cameras.
Oh Lord, poor
Well, just because
camera.
he said he's retired, you can't. You have no proof that he is not on the reserve. So you're making false statements. I don't like false statements about me. I don't like false statements about other people either. Learn that about me.
Cameras is mad that Virgo smacked his little dick clit.
That was so funny. And I watched it this morning for the second time when Virgo played it. It was actually funnier the second time. I was almost thinking almost put together a 5 to 10 minute video alone on cameras pauses in between answers.
Yeah.
Between a Marvel Girl's laughs at Cameron's stupidity,
yeah,
and Roland's facial expressions,
yeah,
it added so much to the video.
It did. It really, really did.
I love the
And
Marvel Girls. She's like,
Can I interrupt for a second?
It was awesome, and it was awesome because I thought, oh, she's gonna interrupt and do all this stuff and talk about it. I'm like, she didn't have to because she was in there talking and schooling him. It was pretty self, it was easy to follow. He just made an idiot of himself.
Somebody asked.
Can I say something to Chief, please? Sure. Chief, I appreciate what you did because it takes a hell of a man to admit he's wrong. I know I'm not a hell of a man, but I've been wrong plenty of times, and I wish I had the guts to do what you just did.
Well, I respect Kenny that much, and I had to go back, and he told me, go back and look at the video, and I went back and looked at the video, and you know what? He was right, and I was wrong. So sometimes you just have to take the bite, I respect Kenny. That's the only reason I did it. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't have given a shit.
Kudos to both of you because you resolved it like men. Chief, like I said to you earlier, you got big balls, brother. I didn't think you'd cut and run. And Kenny, you held your ground. I love yous both, brothers. I can understand Chief's emotional reaction and I can understand Kenny's emotional reaction. It's an emotional issue.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those issues. It's like, it just is what it is. And so much shit has happened, but we're up. And I've had a talk with this about Kimber and Lavender. Have heard me say this before. And I don't think I've actually said it here on a panel before, but it pisses me off when they use this racial thing going on. They talk about how, this cop was, this African-American was shot by a cop. 2 to 1, there's more Caucasians that are shot by cops than African-Americans. That's just facts. You can't dispute this. You cannot dispute this, but you don't see that shit. You don't see that shit in the media. You don't see that.
It's actually more than 2 to 1. Actually, it's more than 2 to 1. And then not only that, but with all the rhetoric going around about banning the assault rifles, most homicides are committed by handguns.
If I might add one other thing,
they should take guns off the bloody lobby like they did here.
If I might add one other thing, I know all this afternoon everyone was expressing their own opinions about everything.
Yeah.
Here a while back. Right. Yeah. Okay. Here a while back, Joe Cool and I were in a little discussion, and I think he figured it out what I was trying to tell him. Don't try to try your case out in the street. Go to the courtroom. Let them figure it out. I think that basically, the guy's dead. We can't change that. The way it occurred, we can't change that. But this is a life lesson for all of us. Comply with the policeman when he tells you to step out of the car. Step out of the car. If he tells you to put your hands behind your back, you're under arrest. Well, guess what, bozos? If you start resisting, bad things are gonna happen.
Agree, and he shouldn't have. He really shouldn't have resisted. I'll say that every day, all day. He shouldn't have resisted. But at the same time, just because he resisted, I know what you're saying, Greg. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know you're not saying that. I'm not. I know that's not what you're saying. I do get that, but there are people that will take that statement you said and go that far. I've seen it on different shows, panels, not on this. Even people who aren't in this, that just have an opinion on it. You'll see their shows. They'll talk about it. Say he should have just not done it. He wouldn't have got shot. It's like, well, that's a stupid opinion to have. He shouldn't have been shot in the first place, regardless if he did it or not. Especially when she didn't mean to shoot him. And I think that's the sadder part of it. It wasn't like this premeditated, cold-blooded ass murder. She's not a bad cop. I've said before.
We sit here and we watch these other videos, and the ones that get all riled up and start resisting arrest. It accomplishes nothing, not a damn thing. When you're not going to win a court case out in the street. You win a court case in the court.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I can't imagine the guilt.
I think if a lot of us, how this mentality came about, that I'll just fight the cop. I can get away from him and everything. Well, guess what? You're probably not going to.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad. And I'm with you, Cameron. I feel bad for her, that too. But I feel just as bad for civilians who've had this happen to them and that have had to pay the price too. I mean, she was a cop, but at the same time, I think, you know what? If it's okay for a civilian to get in trouble for that, I think it's okay for a cop to get in trouble for that too. That's just how I'm standing. Yeah, it was a mistake. It's a mistake for a civilian too, but they still get in trouble too. So that's the way I'm looking at it.
Well, even when it's a good shooting, and it's a good shot, and and there's no rioting or anything, and there's everyone's in agreement. Yeah, that was a good shooting. The cop is still a person, and they're still human, and they still go through that whole grief process of, holy crap, I just killed someone. It's not like they're excited, like, woo, I got to use my gun, woo.
Exactly.
It's not, and even that the incident, I keep forgetting the guy's name, the one in Atlanta at Wendy's. I mean, you saw the entire body cam and what the cops were going through right after.
Mm-hmm.
From the outside looking in, I can understand the paranoia of U.S. coppers. I mean, they get shot dead on a regular basis. Not as often as the civilians do, but, that 13-year-old kid who got shot last month, that was just wrong. All right, you can be in fear of your life, but, you can't shoot children.
I honestly hope that somebody in the government and the policing is watching this former officer, because I would be afraid that she might end up trying to take her own life just because of guilt.
Oh, you got to feel for her.
She felt like shit. She felt like shit. It.
If she's in the lockup, which I'm not sure, is she in the lockup?
I think she's not on bail, from what I heard.
Yeah, I heard she's on bail.
If she was in the lockup, they would have her on 24-hour watch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think there's not really anything they can do when they release her, is there? Not legally, right? Not that I can think of. Am I wrong on that?
Well, if she resigned, no.
No, the only thing they can do is put an ankle monitor on her so she doesn't abscond.
I don't think that would be an issue. I think more the issue would be wrapped with guilt. She takes the easy way out. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but that's how I feel about suicide in general. Is you're taking the easy way out. That's why I say that.
Yeah, it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, but if you're facing life in prison, that can be really, really stressful.
Yeah. No, agreed. Agreed. But I don't think she's not facing life though. What's the maximum for second degree manslaughter? I don't think it's like 30 years, maybe.
I don't even think it's that much. I think it'd probably be 15 to 20.
If that.
Yeah. Here in Australia, manslaughter will get you 7 to 14. And, and life is, up to 25. We don't give 100-year sentences, thank Christ.
That's the funny thing about America. I heard of a guy who committed multiple murders, and they gave him 249 years. That's what the hell is that?
Well, what really fucked up is when they get like 249 years with a chance of parole in 20 years.
Yep.
So 10 years.
When they die, you dig them back up and put them in the cells for another 50 years.
So theoretically, I doubt they give her the maximum. But then again, I fear that if they don't give her the maximum, people are going to use that as an excuse to riot because they're looking for any excuse to riot, right?
Oh God!
But I doubt she gets the maximum. So let's say she gets 5. She could be out on parole in what, 2.5?
2.5
with good behavior.
Would be here.
Yeah, like 2.
So where is all our constitutional auditors fighting for her right to a fair trial and fair verdict?
They don't want that for cops. They hate cops. They're probably happy. Let's ask innocent auditors here. Innocent auditor, what do you think?
If you're being delusional, if you think that the first auditors are their rights.
What do you think, innocent auditor?
I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy.
Should this officer get a fair take? Should she get fair judgment? This is a tater tot we're talking to here, so we never know what they're really going to think.
Yeah, it's rights for me, not for thee.
Absolutely.
Whilst I find it hard to understand how you could mistake a Glock 9mm for a bloody taser, in the heat of the moment and in that stress situation, none of us know how we would have reacted. And we may have made that same fatal mistake. And I'm sure the poor woman is going to suffer for the rest of her bloody life at having shot this poor bastard.
I hope not. I hope I wouldn't make that mistake because, honestly, me and Chief were talking about this in Lavender's panel. Chief brought up a good point that, I don't know what happened here because the gun weighs a lot more than the taser. Not only that, the gun is on your dominant side and the taser is on your non-dominant side. So it will be really difficult to, confuse those two. But I think we all want to give her the benefit of the doubt, just like, I like to give anyone the benefit of the doubt unless I know for sure they did something wrong. And I don't see her doing anything premeditated wrong.
But we've all made stupid decisions.
Yeah.
In the moments of high stress. And she probably wasn't even aware of what she pulled out. She just pulled something out in a stressful moment. That Absolutely. I'm assuming.
That's what it sounds like too.
If I was a defense, that's what I'd be putting forward, that she was under a great deal of stress and she made a fatal error. And
what racism in chat? What racism is there going on in chat? I don't see racism.
Oh, well, racism is another issue.
There says, wow, Kenny Klein is supporting racism in chat.
What
racism? I don't know.
What racism do you see? I don't see any racism. You want you to be kind and point that racism out because that's not allowed here. So you would kindly point that out to me. I'd gladly get rid of it. But if you can't, I understand. You're just here to troll, and that's cool too.
They don't answer.
You do you, Jimmy. You do you, Jimmy. You do you.
But institutional racism exists. If I appeared in a court in Australia with an Aboriginal fellow beside me charged with the exact same defence that I was charged with, the chances are I'm going to get to go home. It's a reality and it has to be addressed.
Absolutely. It's just one of those things like. And we were talking about someone brought up, someone asked in chat what it was like. How much training do you have to have, like a year for gun training? We had different answers. For most departments, it looks like it's once a year, right? I thought it was once 6 months. I think that's not enough personally. But then Mr. Tuttle here told us that his department did it. You said you did it once a month or something like that, Chief?
Yeah, that's correct.
Training people to shoot better is a good thing.
Hold on, Gregory. Chief's talking for a minute.
Sorry, Chief.
Yeah, oh, that's okay. Yeah, we did it every 30 days. And especially when I was chief of police, I very, very strictly enforced that because I want to keep my officers proficient with their firearms. I mean, if it comes to that, I want them to be able to put the round where they need to put the round in the most efficient way possible. So, yeah, every 30 days. But there is other departments that do it every 3 months, every 6 months, that kind of thing.
So, as the chief, I don't know much about being the chief of police, obviously, because I never was one. But did you see like the budget? Like, did you see spending habits of your department? Or was that like a different department, or did you oversee it? Or I'm just curious.
Yeah, I oversaw the entire budget.
So, then what was like your gun training? What did it come out to like a year, for once a month?
Well, the ammunition is probably the most expensive because we used to have to provide target ammo for our officers to qualify. And if you have we had 8 to 12 officers at any given time qualifying on the range, and we would provide ammo. They already had their own firearms because we issued them the firearms. But the budget is like when you're the chief of police spot, the budget is like just always biting at you. You want more, the city council wants less, so you got to make a compromise. It's a bitch.
Animal, what comment do you agree with Jimmy on? I'm not quite understanding. I'm looking back in chat, and I don't see anything.
A comment that Beverly made, they said, about animals.
She said something about those animals up there need to be kept away from her and her family. They are ridiculous. That's what she said. Apparently,
I
that's racist.
I don't understand what she was saying by that. It was weird, but I don't see how that's. I mean,
we
are we the animals?
Yeah, we definitely need more context than that.
Apparently,
Jimmy's
that's racist.
To be extreme in their comments.
Thinking about people who grow up there, which is the African American area.
I don't understand how we're animals, but.
Oh no, I think they think she's talking about Minnesota. I'm assuming. She's referring to the protesters as animals. Is she? I don't know. I have to ask her that.
I don't
know. I didn't know the protesters were all one race. So how could
Jimmy? Yeah.
How could be talking about the protesters be racial?
Yeah. I think Jimmy's comment, talking about people who are from there, which is demographic a African American area. I mean, that seems pretty fucking racist, that comment.
It does.
Yeah.
That's institutionalized racism. It's like a police officer who sees me walking down the street at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's not even going to look at me. If he sees an Aboriginal fellow walking down the street at 2 o'clock in the morning, he's going to pull over and question him.
Well, yeah, Beverly, she does need to be protected, but you don't need to, insinuate that they're animals. I mean, they're stupid. That's for damn sure. But just be careful in your context and what you're calling people. So that's your warning. I give everyone a warning, so everyone has a warning. Yeah. There's your warning, Beverly. All right. Sorry, I just didn't see it. And I thought that came after. But anyway, whatever.
Virtue signaling? Right. No, it's not. It's just accepting reality. The British police did an investigation into essentially preferential patrolling, where they tended to patrol black areas harder than they did white areas. And tended to pull black people over and question them more than they do white fellas. It happens here in Australia. I've experienced it. I had a raid by the police on my home for the old marijuana, big offence here. And the coppers rocked in. They found my weed. I went, yep, here it is. Yeah, you got me. And I had a Murray fella, which is a Queensland Aborigine. And they're going, you sure it's not the black fella's weed? And I'm going, no, it's mine. And they're going, you sure? And I mean, they were quite willing for me to just say, yeah, no, it's his, and they would have arrested him and dragged him off to jail for it. And instead, naturally, like I believe any human would do, I went, no, look, mate, it's my weed. I'm guilty. Take me down the cells. Which they did, the buggers. But, I just copped a small fine in the courts, and they said, be a smart man, Mr. Lawler, don't leave your weed where the police can find it. But they seriously wanted to, take it away from me and blame this poor old black fella. Yeah, that's wrong, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, absolutely, it's wrong.
Institutional racism.
Absolutely. Oh,
Someone's got a kitten.
Oh yeah, I got 2 little rescue kittens.
Oh,
don't snort him to death.
I'm not gonna snort them, really.
What do you think? Kittens are
I
like
don't know what
cocaine or
you're. I don't
something?
know what you're into, Becca. I don't know what you're into.
I
Just
can't
because
really
she
pet
snorts
my
them-
pussies, thank you.
She's into small
Yeah,
ones.
is that right? Is that right?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm right down there where your pussy is.
Here he is.
Jesus Christ.
Do we need
Earlier, if anybody that's not in our Discord, if you didn't know, earlier today, I got Becca. I robbed her of all her money. She wasn't too thrilled about it. She called me names and everything.
That's okay. I fought you. It's 3-1.
She won.
You're a loser.
Yeah, she's beating me 3 times to 1. You can fight in the Discord, and I've only won once. Most of the time, I try and kick, and I fall down. It's really embarrassing. Super embarrassing.
We always
Were you trying to kick with your arms?
Apparently, I must
Instead
have
of your
been. I
legs?
don't know.
Because I'm so short. You go ahead and kick me and it just goes over my head and you fall.
Hey, Kenny?
Uh-huh.
You do realize there's a difference between a laughing snort and snorting cocaine, right?
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, one has a mono nostril and the rest of us have 2.
Yeah. Oh, God, jeez.
Good Lord, this conversation has deteriorated. Good Lord. But no, Chief, honestly, and Kenny, I'm glad you both were able to resolve this. You will both get a wee bit over the top. But hey, that we're humans. We all get emotional and we all react. And then we
I think I overreacted way more than Kenny did.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, that's that whole thin blue line thing. I've got 2 brothers who are coppers, and trust me, that we have some humdinging arguments about, policing. And, I've got a Bachelor of Arts in Humanities in Indigenous History, so I tend to give them what for, and they give it back. And then we resolve it. And we start to talk rational. It's just natural. We're humans. We're going to have our mates' backs, and that's what you did, Chief, and that's what Kenny did.
So we have an auditor supporter in the chat right now, and let's someone time them out again real quick. Cameras of mass destruction. Question. No one time out. I have a question for him that I would like him to answer because I don't think innocent auditor is here anymore. And Defend, you also support auditor too, I believe. So the question is for both of you. What do you guys think about what happened with Dante Harris? I believe is the kid's name. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Dante Harris?
Yeah.
So Dante Harris, the kid in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Obviously, it was a huge mistake. Do you guys think second-degree manslaughter is sufficient charges to bring against her? I'm going to go ahead and think Camera says no, but I'm curious to see what Defend thinks.
There's no degrees. It's just you either committed murder, which you have to prove intent, mens rea, or it's manslaughter. You accidentally killed someone, regardless of why. You've killed someone, therefore you have broken the law. And this police officer should be charged with manslaughter. And in any reasonable court, she would be found guilty. What her sentence should be, is another issue.
Well, no, I'm just asking. I'm asking them because they support auditors, and so I want to see what the other side was thinking because they're not talking about it. So
Well,
I
we
have
all
no
know
clue to.
mass
I have no
destruction
clue to see what they think.
You know,
Yeah,
it
she was a
doesn't matter.
26-year-old vet, and she was a training officer at once. That's true, Cameras.
But none of us know how we would react in a high stress situation.
But don't you think we all would at least hope that we would draw the weapon
No,
we meant to draw?
No, 100%. We'd all hope so. But given the hatred for the American police that from the outside looking in seems to be a real thing. You know, cops are shot dead in their cars while they're sitting at traffic lights. You know, I can understand American police being bloody paranoid and pulling their guns out and firing at the least provocation. But it doesn't make it right. It doesn't justify it. And if you shoot...
hold on, Greg. Just real quick. Yes, or just say yes. I think it's justifiable charge to bring, or no. You don't have to give some reason why YouTube will. Don't get YouTube to delete you or anything. Just yes or no. Do you think it's just if it's enough, or do you think there should be more? You don't have to say what you really think. Just real quick. I just want to get. I'm trying to base what you're thinking.
Justifiable shooting.
Okay, Greg, that's great, but I was actually talking to Cameras.
Sorry, Camera. The guy has attitude.
I love that snort.
I take everything personally.
Snort for respect.
Oh God! No snort for you.
And I think
what do we got to do to get a growl?
Defend if you could, and or anybody who is an auditor, anybody that is an auditor supporter is welcome to answer. And hell, anybody in chat is also give me a 1 if you guys think that's if that's good, or give me a 2 if you believe that it should be more, and then give me a 3 if you think it should be less. Just want to gauge where the chat's at.
My personal opinion on it is it's a little bit early to make that decision. Wait for the investigation to be complete.
I just want to see where people's heads at right now.
1, 3.
So Adam is good. Thinks it should be less. Okay. Or it says 1.
2 ones.
Really, Hornet? Superscript 1.
We're going to track you down, Hornet.
You'll put Kenny and Kimber out of a job.
He is.
Cameras doesn't answer questions.
Bradley also gives it a 1.
Which would get me more views.
Sorry, Kenny, but that question wasn't on camera script.
So he said, I'm guessing nope.
Yeah.
Forgot the T. I'm assuming. I'm assuming.
Nosy.
Fucking Adam is just on it. Adam is on it today.
Hell, the kitty fiddler.
Adam is like I like Adam, but I'm afraid to give him a wrench because I think he might just go a little bit too overboard with it. Love you, Adam, but I do think that I think you would think you give me some issues.
Wrench slash.
Yeah, I can wrench slash. I think.
Well, I'm the one that timed out cameras the first time because you warned him about dropping.
I did.
About Chief, and then his very next statement was another question about Chief's reserve status without any proof.
Yep. See, that's no filters. I'm right.
Speaking of the Chief has got to sign off. It's getting late here in Ohio. Hey, Kenny, I'm glad we settled that. I have a lot of respect for you. I hope everybody on the panel has a great evening. So,
you too.
This is Chief Tuttle, Country Cop. All units.
Good night, Chief.
Night, Chief.
Night, Chief.
It's okay, Defend. We can still understand what you're typing.
Yeah. So the proof is on my YouTube page, Hank. I don't know. I've been on his comment. I think I've been on his thing once.
I'm not going to give that dickhead any clicks and views on his YouTube page.
What it does? If he
comes
monetized.
If he comes, I don't give a fuck.
It's probably just like massive
if Cameras is going to come on to
BBC
another stream
porn.
making an accusation bring his fucking proof, not just fucking spewing shit out of his ass.
Yeah.
But that's what he does best.
Thank you, Victoria Lawson, for subbing greatly. I hope you enjoy the content.
It's normally really good.
Oh no! Oh, you want to come up? Hold on, that's the wrong link. That link hasn't been good for like a month now. Here you go.
Rule number 1: never trust the link from Odin. You'll get sent to fucking Cameras OnlyFans.
Never.
Exactly.
The
Somebody
light
When's
posted
Adam
me.
gonna come up here?
Which is still more of other people's dicks.
Just look at
Oh,
nice.
What's up, Odin?
Hey, Odin.
Yeah, so how was the meet and greet with Chief?
It went better than I thought it would. He apologized. He released a video. I didn't want him to release a video, but he released a video apologizing, and so it's all honky dory. I haven't heard him use that phrase in forever. Honky dory.
An actual real apology, and not that bullshit
it
Bucket
was a
Boy
real-
tried to do for calling AK a cunt.
It was a real apology.
Don't step on AK anymore. She might call you a cunt.
No, she didn't call anybody a cunt. Bucket Boy went off on her for no
reason.
Went overreacted and went off on her, calling her a fucking cunt. And then he came back with a half-ass.
Bucket did a worse Hank does Hank.
What's that?
He did a worse Hank because when you get pissed off at Tim, God damn it, Tim, you're interrupting me. Bucket just went fucking full on. He went Hank times 3 with that when he got interrupted.
Oh, good. And all the power to you, Chief. Drink more.
Bucket never shuts up, though. It never gets to his fucking point.
That's a good point. And you should, I don't know if you guys heard on Lavenders, Gary had a Hank moment too.
Yeah.
Somebody was talking and he's like, it was so funny. I had to laugh after I heard it. Like, oh, I'm talking right now. I'm trying, let me get something out. Like, damn it. Damn, Gary.
Camera
I'm capable of it.
There you go, guys.
Ooh, maybe that could be a new category for next year. The Hank moment.
And call it what?
The Hank moment.
Never go full Hank.
Never go full Hank.
All right, who of you would take being walked over by Tim for an entire fucking panel without going off on him?
We get it. It was funny. It's all in love, dude. I'm not being serious. You know that, right? I'm just fucking with you, right?
Yes, I didn't go off half cocked. I went off full cocked, and for
you
good reason.
It was for good reason.
When I say you're a total cunt, it's a term of endearment in Australia.
Tim never shuts up, though.
Oh, that's good stuff. The Hank report.
It goes on for about 2 hours. Like, hey, shut up! I want in.
I was on the Church of Four last night, and there was a dude called Mars there. And,
fuck him.
Seriously, I started a debate with a full head of hair, and about 3 hours later, I was half fucking bald from pulling the bloody shit out. Oh,
that is a very fair
Weren't you ever told to never argue with an idiot?
I know, and only an idiot would argue with an idiot, and I was a total idiot. I couldn't resist. It was just so stupid what he was saying. Sorry, no, go.
See the wall behind you? Next time, talk to it before you talk to Mars.
Look, definitely won't you take value. Dies of pants, huh? For God's sake.
Well, my big problem with him on Shiva is he's going into a panel that very few people have any idea about Virgo.
Yeah.
Spreading lies about her. So I wasn't going to let those lies be unanswered since Virgo was not there to defend herself.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, the worst part was his whole argument lasted 5 minutes, and then you spent the next 3 fucking hours repeating it.
Well, his whole...
It's got a mind of a goldfish. You got to remember this.
his whole argument can be summed up in like 20 seconds.
Yeah. Evidently,
Virgo
Judge
Virgo
Ann, and therefore anyone who defends Virgo,
Virgo called my
fraud.
My idol out for being a scammer. Therefore, Virgo's a scammer. Since Virgo was on your panel because he came on talking about her, but because he came on, Shiva was complicit with fraud.
Yes.
Yeah.
The essence of his argument.
Put that on a mug.
I don't think Shiva came often, but by God, he was screaming at him in the end.
And apparently, I'm part of some network of anti-scammers.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a secret. It's such a secret. Yeah, it's such
I
a
thought
secret
we were
network. I
government
wasn't
agents.
even aware of it.
Oh, it was insane. And then you would talk logic to the man, you get him to agree, and then you go straight back to what he did in the
who is his idol? Who is his idol? It's not Brian, is it?
Anna von Reich.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anna von Reich. Yeah.
So is this similar to like when I don't remember if anybody remembers Bill Dado. Does anyone remember Bill Dado?
No, thankfully.
So Bill Dado had this huge crush on hot tow truck girl, huge crush, and he had such a crush that he decided he was going to come to her defense against the Maxwell report, and he called in, and he was ready, and yeah, he just looked like a fucking idiot.
Oh
no!
I've seen photos of Judge Anna, and I'm 62 years old, and that is one old bat, and I'm just not keen.
Come on, Kenny, you're not telling me you went boink.
A good 99% of the people who go against Kate make themselves look like dumbasses because they are dumbasses.
Yeah.
But she serves it to them like there's no tomorrow. I love it. It's like Virgo. They take no shit. They don't step back. They step forward and they attack.
I love Kate, but sometimes I wish she would have a little bit more patience when dealing with them, because I think she would make them look so much sillier than she already makes. She makes them look silly, but like with Will, I actually kind of wish she would have sat down with him and actually debated him and, gave him what for. I think she would have did a fantastic job with it. Though what happened was fucking hilarious and great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
Definitely entertaining.
And Catfish and Joe Orga was fucking hilarious.
That was great. Showing up at Bucket Boy's job was great. He was so like, oh gosh, he's here. It was so funny.
I had to laugh. That Mars fella kept having goes at Joe Cool. And I mean, I like Joe Cool. He's probably the only bloody auditor that I like. And, he's sensible. And this idiot just kept attacking him and going, oh, you're a sellout, rah, rah, rah. And just, for God's sake, man.
What made me want to choke him was he would go on about Joe being a frauditor and all this for like 5 minutes. And the next 5 minutes was, I like Joe Cool. He's good.
It's a classic debating technique.
Then the timer would go off in his head and he would back to it.
What?
Seriously, 9 hours that bloody panel went on for 7 of them. I came out of it with less brains than I started.
That was the third panel he went on so far that morning, and he went on to another panel after that.
Oh God, I'm glad I missed it.
I fell asleep while he was on.
He was on Andrew.
He was on Andrews. Andrew wouldn't give me a link to come up because he didn't want me to yell at him.
In his bloody car.
Every time I go up there, I call him a fucking retard. Andrew yells at me, "Don't say that." Well, he is.
Call him a mental midget. It's funnier.
He was honestly. I've never been so infuriated by an idiot as much as that man infuriated me last night. In the end, I was frothing. And there was no point saying anything because the idiot would just go round in circles, back to the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
then say, I'm sorry, I'm wrong, and then go back to saying, I'm right. And just,
it's like when you first start computer programming and you accidentally make a fucking infinite loop and you're like, fuck.
Well, and after dealing with Mars Life for 8 hours on the stream, then we had the undercover soft set. He's trying to convince us that he found the proof that your name in all caps has meaning using a 1943 dictionary.
I kept asking, what's the fucking point you're making? And he'd go, I'm not a soft Sid. Why the fuck are you saying this then?
No, you all got to go
lost
play.
all patience by then.
You got to all go play in high impact. You'll get a headache real fucking quick.
They had me triggered by the end. I was so tired, so exhausted from arguing with Mars.
Well,
next one wanted to kill him.
and the entire time I'm not a soft sit. I hate soft sits and they're bullshit. Then he would spew more soft shit bullshit.
And then take forever. This is a dictionary. And you go, for fuck's sake, it's just a definition. It's a descriptive thing. And nowhere here does it say you have to use fucking capital letters. And I'm going, for God's sake, it's all in capital letters because it's easier to read, you moron.
He started out the argument by, I have
Black's Law Dictionary.
I'm not into book burning, but that bloody thing should be burned.
You should look into the Postmaster General of the world.
He started off with the argument that he found proof that they've changed words and laws over the years. And we're like, yeah, really, they have. Oh, and history gets revised. We conceded to that.
He just doesn't get the idea that English is a live language and it changes over time. And he was quoting from 1943 for crying out loud, and a Russian bloody bond from 1920 something.
And
like if I want to walk my alligator down the road on a Sunday, damn it, I will do it.
He was asking where in a dictionary it defines how you'd fill out your name on a driver's license.
Oh yes, it was infuriating. I'm showing him my license. I'm going, look, it's in large print. It means fucking nothing. It just means it's easier to read.
Well, the old and I told him the old military ID cards when I first came in the military.
Yes.
Your cat.
It was not the cat card. I'm talking the old ID cards. And some of them were all caps on there, and some of them were just the first letters of the names being capitalized.
Yeah, like on an Australian birth certificate, only the first letters are capitalized. But I mean, we were both exhausted, Hank. Honestly, by then, after dealing with Mars, it was just too much dealing with him.
You should ask him about the 3 numbers on the back of your Social Security number or card. Oi.
Yeah.
We have security code.
Bank cards. And,
if I just didn't want to leave you alone, or I would have just quit like an hour before.
Out of sheer frustration. Look, I'm hanging myself. Shut the fuck up.
All right, guys, try to cut this short, but I didn't want to go too long. This is like not even planned. But
you want to end up with the tiny dick like cameras?
But at least it ended with everyone laughing.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy that it ended up the way it did. I didn't know quite what I wanted to have a chance to talk to him, and I'm glad he decided to come up. That's one thing I do like about Chief. He's a man. If he got to give him credit for that. And he was man enough to come up here and talk even before he knew he was going to apologize. So, you know.
Yeah. No, well, he posted, oh my God, is this my last post? And I said, come on, Chief, you got bigger balls.
I think it was the last post for the day is what he was referencing.
Yeah. And I think he was feeling pretty bad.
So there you guys go. There's the Discord link if you guys want to join the Discord. I encourage you to. We have a lot of fun in there. We have a movie night every once in a while. We do every different kinds of things. We'll find a way to like monetize Rebecca Snort for you guys if you guys want to hear it. Maybe set her up on OnlyFans. Yeah, that's Rebecca OnlyFans.
Snorting.
She works as a cosplayer in Discord, so you guys get to look forward to that. And so check that out. All right, thank you guys. Do you guys, Hank, do you have anything last minute you want to say before we go, sir?
Thanks for letting me up, and we can go over and Kenny raid Polly's.
Oh, there you go.
And thanks for not saying I'm loud.
You are loud. I figured you knew that already. So
it's just my inside voice.
You're beating a dead horse. Becca, do you got anything last minute before we are gone and no one gets to hear your snort again for a little while?
Well, when you got nothing left, all you got left is your word, and that should mean something.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Odin.
You all should get naked, pull your pants down, and slide across the ice.
I'm telling AK you said that.
You're a kinky man, Odin.
Gary?
Thanks for having me up here. But I've done some thinking about what happened on Ladies' Night the other night.
Oh God.
Okay, there was a controversy on there about circumcised as versus non-circumcised.
It never got answered.
Now wait a minute. I have figured this out. I have figured this out. On non-circumcised fellas, that's what's known as the spitter's cup.
Well,
let's call it a hidey hole.
Non-circumcised.
It's like a merce.
No, the non-circumcised are wearing a turtleneck.
It's a tactical turtleneck.
All right.
And the not so politically correct version is the cheese factory.
There is nothing wrong with smegma.
Gregory, you got anything last minute to say? Greg, you got anything last minute to say?
Discuss smegma.
All right, guys. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining. Yeah, I know it started out on a bad note, but we ended on a good note, and I think that's great. And I think that is one of the best things about this channel is we allow open dialogue, and people are not afraid to come up here and to have a differing opinion. And sometimes things get out of hand, like they do. And you know what? We're both men enough to, talk about it.
Out, man.
Swallow or spit it. Come on.
I like Twitter.
That's secret limits to us men.
And so it was really good. Thank you guys very much. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And like I've been saying lately, and I think I'm going to make it my little mantra now, is if you haven't told someone you love them today, make sure you do that, because you never know when you're going to be able to do that again. Life is too short. Always mean what you say and say what you mean. All right, guys, have a great one, and I'll see you again on another video. Well, Gary might. We hope Gary comes back again.
Gary, put the cat down.
Let's go.
Gary, put the cat down.
I can't believe you two took that raving lunatic seriously. What do you think this is?